And starting scratch, it will be Al Chesko in the number 12. That is our field. Castro can finish no worse than fifth if Moran wins the race. And we are underway, and it's almost immediate, 3 wide. Making the getaway on the outside is Piper Beal, leading the pack down the backstretch, and they are 2 by 2 by 2 the rest of the way through the field. Piper will lead him back to the stripe, completing lap number 1. The battle for second is won by Nash. Then it is Moran in third. Remember, he has to get to the front, and then it is a matter of where Ben Castro finishes on the track. Moran, trying to powerbomb his way on the outside, has moved into the second spot. Nash is third. Castro, keeping within striking distance, sits in the 4th spot. And Castro and Nash battle for position number 3 as they go down the backstretch. Greg Moran goes to the outside of Piper Beal and will pick up the lead as they go down into turn number 1. Beal continuing to hang on that inside line. And now Moran in the 64 will clear and try to race away from Ben Castro, who's on the move. So the points leader, keeping the man in second in his eyesight, as Castro has moved into second just 3 laps into this race. Then it is Piper Beal in second, and a log jam behind her, featuring Nunes, Schaefer, Ray Reed, and Bill Rion. The lead this time by is less than 3/10 of a second. And the top 2 have jettisoned themselves away from Piper Beal, who is in that 3rd spot. And then it is a 4-car grudge match won by Nunes for now. Reed tries to scoot by Nash on the outside, drops, kicks Nash to 1 more spot further back. Realm is in 7th, Schaefer, Skinner, Norm Sears, Bombard, Caitlin DeSoma, Todd Elkins, Nick Fertolino, and Al Chesko make up the rest of the pack. But at the front, it looks like it's going to be a duel between Greg Moran and Ben Castro, as Castro right now has the championship locked unless something happens to the 88. And he is not done looking for just the championship. He wants to end it on a win as he battles with Moran, as they have pulled away and really separated himself by almost a straightaway from Piper Beal, who sits in that 3rd spot. Nunes trying to dice his way underneath, and we saw an initial run down low from Castro to try to get by Moran for the lead. We'll go all the way back to where Nunes has now gotten into second. Piper Beal falling back through the field as she is left alone on the outside. Going into Ray Reed and Bill Riom have picked up positions 4 and 5. And Piper all the way back to 7th as Sean Skinner has gotten by. We go back to look at the front as they start to close in on the lapped cars. Moran, your leader of the race. The championship leader right behind him, keeping him in striking distance, keeping his eyes on him. And Castro is where he wants to be. He doesn't need to win the race to secure the championship. They go down into turns 1 and 2 and remain in single file. Moran leading the pack. Castro right there in second. Castro with 3 wins on the season, Moran with 2. Bill Riom with a win. Mark Schaefer, PJ Childs have also visited Victory Lane. Ray Reed, the only other person tied with Castro in wins, 3 wins on the season. And our leaders have entered lap traffic with 10 laps to go. So they will go by Chasko, Forlino, and Elkins in order. And they have about a half a track of clear sailing with just under 10 laps to go. Behind them, it is Nunes getting some heat from the 43 of Riom. Riom swings to the outside in his battle with the 5. Nunes slips up the track just a little bit, but it is Riom with a burst of speed to the outside who moves into that 3rd spot. They're content to go 1-2 for now. Greg Moran and Ben Castro. And here comes Castro, starting to test the waters underneath Moran with 7 laps to go. Castro, who has bided his time, has almost gotten to the rear quarter panel, has almost gotten to the number 4. Trying to shrug him off is Greg Moran. They whirl their way through turns 3 and 4. And it is almost side by side, door handle to door handle, going into turn number 1. Down the backstretch and into turn number 3. First Moran, then Castro inches out. And we are down to the final frantic 5 laps of the 2024 season. They are close enough to exchange gummy bears as they go down into turn number 3. A slight lead on the outside by Moran. Castro on the inside, looking to fight back. A slide off the corner costs Moran a little bit of track time, and Castro was almost there. Now the 88 begins to nose out front, but Moran digging in on the outside, trying to fight back, trying to crawl back, and pick up the win to end his season. And it is Castro by inches when they cross the line. Down the backstretch, Castro, Moran, in a struggle to win tonight's event, down to the final 2 laps. Ben Castro, Greg Moran, they battled all year for the championship. Now they're going to end the season battling for the checkered flag. And they are dead even going into turn number 3. And we'll see what the advantage is on the white flag lap. The final 4 turns. 1 lap left in the season. Moran by inches, now by almost a half a car length. He is going to try to make one last surge into turn number 3. The checkered flags are out. They come across the line. The race to the win. And by inches, Ben Castro will take the win and take the championship in 2024 in the Super X cars. But most importantly, back-to-back championships, and how does it feel?
It feels awesome. You know, we came into this year and the
How do you explain the whole season of consistency, always pretty much running up front with the 88?
Yeah, I mean, I have a really good team behind me. Larry's Auto Machine makes a really stout motor. My father sets the cars up, and, you know, Mike puts tires on this thing whenever we need them. So we really just have a really great team behind us. So,
well, let's thank all those sponsors and all the people that are on that team.
I really want to say thank you to Kara for dealing with all of it. You look pretty. I think B&H Racing Chassis, Larry's Auto Machine, Pequot Ledge Campground, Hot Rod Keith, K&B Racing, Shaft Motorsports, the Tea Kettle, my buddy Dom's here tonight, his girlfriend Allie, Devin, Alexa, Kara, Ryan, Mike, Chrissy, my dad, my mom's here tonight, Gary and Deborah here tonight, and Caleb, my Nana's here tonight, and just everybody that helps every week. Thank you very much.